Hey Lakers fans, welcome back. Today we're diving deep into everything happening with the team and breaking down some of the decisions and moves that have everyone talking. Right now, the Lakers are in one of those stretches where you start to feel the urgency, the kind of moments that make you step back and realize that some adjustments are necessary. Looking at the recent games, it's clear that while talent is abundant, there are gaps that keep appearing on both ends of the floor. You've got to recognize that even in victories, weaknesses get exposed, and when the losses pile up, it becomes impossible to ignore them. Take the Suns matchup, for instance. It was one of those games where a single loss could have been written off as just a rough night, but it highlighted some consistent patterns. These are the moments that shine a bright light on the areas that need reinforcement. One thing that keeps coming up is the need for more versatile, two-way wings who could defend multiple positions and switch seamlessly on the perimeter. Right now, you can see the impact of that absence. Players like Gabe Vincent have their moments, but in terms of size, defensive presence, and consistency in shooting, the gaps are obvious. Imagine having someone like a Matisse Thybulle or a Keon Ellis who not only knocks down shots, but also adds length and defensive capability. That kind of player can change the dynamic of a game in subtle but crucial ways. The Lakers don't necessarily need to chase a superstar if they can assemble a group of reliable, high-level secondary contributors. Three well-chosen players who bring length, athleticism, and defensive versatility could provide the kind of balance that makes the team far more competitive night in and night out. The art of the trade comes into play here. It's about creativity and flexibility, finding ways to match contracts, and piecing together combinations that work both strategically and financially. Maybe it's about swapping a player like Malik Monk to balance contracts with Sacramento, or turning someone like Dalton Connect into an asset that facilitates a bigger move. There are a lot of moving parts, but the principle is simple. Acquire players who fill glaring holes while maintaining roster flexibility. Timing also matters. As we move deeper into December, opportunities will present themselves with players or teams looking to adjust, whether because of salary considerations, playing time, or just a desire to change scenery. Those nudges can open doors for the Lakers to bring in the pieces they need without sacrificing core assets. The defensive side is especially crucial. You saw it in the Suns game. Moments where bigger, more athletic wings like Jared Vanderbilt could have been deployed to contest shots, secure rebounds, and disrupt the flow, but decisions on rotation seemed inconsistent. Having players who provide length and mobility can make a huge difference against fast-paced teams that rely on transition scoring. It's not just about slowing the opponent down, it's about creating opportunities from defense, whether it's generating turnovers, controlling second-chance points, or pushing the pace when the chance arises. Games are rarely won on a single adjustment, but the right pieces can turn close contests into winnable ones and prevent blowouts against high-tempo, young, and athletic squads. Even with the current roster, there's still immense talent to lean on. LeBron is gradually finding his rhythm, and his impact remains undeniable, while the dynamic play of Austin Reeves and Luka is providing crucial offensive production. Yet, minutes are being pushed heavily on these key players, which adds strain and increases the need for additional depth. Balancing rotation, managing fatigue, and ensuring perimeter coverage all factor into the larger puzzle of creating a consistently competitive team. The Lakers can still compete for a championship, but refining the roster with smart additions, players who combine defensive versatility with shooting and athleticism, is going to make the journey more manageable and sustainable over the long run. This team's challenges are amplified when facing squads that excel in transition and pace. Atlanta and Phoenix games have showcased how the Lakers can be tested by relentless ball movement and athletic defenders who exploit mismatches. The formula is clear: force turnovers, push tempo, and keep opponents moving. Without length and athleticism on the perimeter, the rotation struggles and the scoring opportunities for the opposition multiply. Addressing these gaps is essential, and doing so doesn't always require blockbuster trades. Sometimes a few carefully chosen, well-suited additions can transform the dynamics of the team. Whether it's bringing in a pair of secondary-level players who complement the starters or finding a mid-tier talent with defensive versatility, the objective is consistent. Build a roster that can compete with both elite teams and the young, fast-paced contenders throughout the league. LeBron's adaptation and leadership also remain central to this strategy. He's still rediscovering rhythm and comfort in various roles on the floor, which affects not just his performance, but the team's spacing, transition, and defensive alignments. As he becomes more assertive and settles into his preferred pace, opportunities open for better rotation management and the integration of complementary players. Every possession, every matchup, every defensive scheme matters. Length, size, athleticism, and multi-positional flexibility are the tangible elements that turn competitive teams into championship threats. Even subtle shifts in rotation or slight trades can have exponential effects on how the Lakers perform against the league's more agile and fast-paced teams. Ultimately, the narrative isn't about desperation. It's about strategic refinement. The Lakers have proven capabilities, but the landscape of the league demands adaptation. The right additions, both in terms of skill set and positional coverage, can elevate the team from good to formidable. It's about understanding the weaknesses that arise against specific styles of play, anticipating challenges, and assembling a roster that can execute at the highest level. Depth, defensive versatility, and athletic wings aren't just desirable. They're necessary for sustained success, especially when the schedule pits them against teams that excel in transition and exploit mismatches. The upcoming weeks will be critical for evaluating potential moves, assessing player rotations, and planning for a roster that can contend in the most competitive scenarios the league presents. Watching the recent games, it's clear that the Lakers' challenges are multifaceted. Against the Suns, defensive rotations were stretched, mismatches were exploited, and fast breaks turned into easy points. Players like Dillon Brooks can capitalize on even brief lapses, emphasizing the need for length and athleticism on the wing. A player with the ability to switch, contest shots, and disrupt passing lanes can dramatically reduce those opportunities. Similarly, in games against teams like Atlanta, pace and transition play expose the Lakers' vulnerability. The formula is consistent: generate turnovers, push the pace, and force mismatches. Without sufficient perimeter defense and multi-positional athletes, the team struggles to contain such schemes. Even when the Lakers have talent in abundance, the absence of those complementary pieces can turn a competitive game into a challenging one, leaving fans and analysts questioning rotations, minutes, and personnel decisions. The interplay between offense and defense is another critical aspect. LeBron, Luka, and Reeves can create scoring opportunities at will, but without wings who can stretch the floor and provide defensive coverage, the team's efficiency suffers. Every possession matters, particularly in close contests, and the right personnel can make a significant difference in both halves of the court. Defensive versatility, athleticism, and length aren't just metrics. They translate into tangible advantages: more contested shots, fewer easy baskets, and better transition control. Integrating these qualities through strategic acquisitions can elevate the team's overall performance, allowing star players to operate more freely and reducing the burden on heavy-minute contributors. Depth also influences rotation flexibility and workload management. Games in the NBA come thick and fast, and even a single minor injury or slump in performance can ripple through the roster. Adding 2 or 3 complementary players who can defend, rebound, and stretch the floor allows for smarter minute distribution and keeps the core players fresher for high-leverage situations. It's about creating a balance between immediate performance and long-term sustainability. The Lakers have a unique opportunity to combine veterans and younger contributors, balancing experience, energy, and skill to create a cohesive rotation that can withstand the rigors of the season while staying competitive against elite teams. Thoughtful additions can also influence game tempo. When facing teams that thrive in transition, the ability to match pace without sacrificing defensive integrity is essential, and that comes from both coaching strategy and roster composition. LeBron's evolving role is a factor in all of this. He's still adjusting to his court positioning, distribution responsibilities, and overall rhythm. As he regains full confidence and comfort, his leadership and presence will create more opportunities for rotation adjustments, player integration, and optimized matchups. The team's performance is therefore not just about individual talent, but about how all players function together within the system. Complementary pieces who can switch on defense, guard multiple positions, and provide spacing on offense allow the Stars to excel without being overextended. Even small improvements in perimeter defense, athletic coverage, and transition execution can have outsized effects over the course of a season, especially when the Lakers face top-tier, fast-paced teams that exploit mismatches aggressively. Looking at potential moves, it's clear that the Lakers need a mix of creative thinking and strategic targeting. High-end stars may be enticing, but sometimes it's about assembling a group of secondary-level players who collectively address weaknesses. One or two players who combine size, wingspan, and versatility with reliable shooting can alter the team's dynamic without requiring blockbuster acquisitions. Trades that appear minor on paper can have massive on-court implications, particularly when they enhance defensive rotations, allow for better transition coverage, and relieve heavy minutes from key players. The goal is consistency, adaptability, and the ability to maintain a competitive edge even against the league's most athletic and aggressive teams. Games against fast, young, and transition-oriented squads continue to underscore this need. When opponents move quickly, swing the ball, and challenge perimeter defense, the Lakers must respond with size, mobility, and multi-positional coverage. Players who can switch effortlessly, contest shots, and disrupt passing lanes are vital. This isn't just about preventing points. It's about shaping the flow of the game, controlling tempo, and creating opportunities for the team's stars to operate optimally. Integrating these qualities requires both strategic additions and thoughtful coaching adjustments. The combination of athleticism, defensive versatility, and offensive spacing can transform the Lakers from a team that occasionally struggles against pace into one that dictates the tempo and controls games, even against elite competition. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on, in what is already being whispered as one of the most shocking moves in recent NBA history, the Los Angeles Lakers and Golden State Warriors have reportedly agreed to a blockbuster trade that could change the landscape of the league overnight. The rumor mill is spinning wildly after whispers suggest that Lakers general manager Rob Pelinka has pulled off a maneuver that insiders are calling game-changing and bold to the extreme. Sources close to the teams indicate that the deal involved a combination of star power and promising young talent, a mix that could leave both fan bases either euphoric or stunned. While the official details remain under wraps, NBA analysts are speculating that this move might signal a new era for the Lakers' roster construction strategy, potentially reigniting championship ambitions that have hovered on the edge for years. Meanwhile, the Warriors, ever strategic in their pursuit of sustainable dominance, appear to be banking on flexibility and long-term potential, possibly positioning themselves for another run at glory in the near future. The chatter in social media and sports forums is already feverish. Fans are dissecting every possible permutation of what this trade could mean for the dynamics of the Western Conference. Some speculate that the Lakers' locker room will undergo a seismic shift in leadership and playing style, while others are intrigued by how the Warriors' system, already renowned for its precision and cohesion, will adapt to the influx of new talent. Industry insiders suggest that Pelinka's decision was not just about immediate impact, but a calculated risk to secure leverage in future negotiations and roster maneuvering. While official statements from both franchises are pending, the excitement and uncertainty surrounding this deal are palpable. Commentators are already debating its potential ripple effects across salary caps, draft picks, and trade markets, suggesting that the NBA offseason just got a lot more unpredictable. If the rumors hold true, we may be witnessing a trade that not only shocks the league, but also reshapes the very definition of strategy and ambition in modern professional basketball. For now, fans are left in suspense, scrolling Twitter feeds and refreshing news sites, try to piece together what could very well be the most talked about trade of the year. Whether it proves to be genius or gamble, one thing is clear. Rob Pelinka has made sure the Lakers' name will dominate headlines for weeks to come, while the Warriors may be quietly plotting their next big move in the shadows. The NBA landscape might never look the same again. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.